we'll throw this into the faceplate also. Faceplate hole, there we go. Throw that into subdivision. Now, I probably really don't want to add subdivisions to this particular object, because if we go ahead and do that, it's going to give me these, like, a weird... Oh, well, actually that might work for this particular object, because it does have, it's a little bit more rounder. And then let's check out this object. So if I wanted to have more of a rigid object for it, I would not put it in the sub D, or I'd have to work on getting hold-in lines, but it wouldn't really matter. And this particular object, let's try it with the sub Ds. It'll probably look pretty good with the sub Ds also. There we go. Make sure there's not too many problems. Alright. No, I don't like it. I like it better like that. Okay, so I'm going to take it out. Get rid of this one. And this one is Side Gear HD. So if I wanted to keep working with this naming convention, like if I wanted to go ahead and select all these subsurfaces. So since I started using the HD option, so then I'll do face, plate, body, HD. I'm going to go with the HD, so that knows that that's, so I know, and then if I leave any notes for anybody, I can actually say if HD is the sub D version or the high definition version. You can also do sub Ds or whatever, smooth or whatever, and people will know what it is. Face, plate, hole, HD. Alrighty, so put this side gear in there, front gear, throw this in here also, and we can probably make right here, and we will make this into a group itself. We'll name these face gears. Alrighty. So I have my faceplate, face gears, camera, faceplate, HD thing. Alright, there we go. Alrighty. Now let's take a look at what else we can do here. If I wanted to, I could probably go in here and make something for it. But what we're going to do instead is I'm just going to take a sphere and coordinates the object. Here we go. And there is the hemisphere, so it's half of it. And let's just take a look at what we have for the lines. Probably can get away with more, less, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink this down. So we're going to shrink it down just so we can see how it's going to look. So like when things are smaller, you don't necessarily need as many polygons for it to look pretty decent. And make it 90. Go ahead and we're going to stick it in here. And I'm going to make it its own object right now just because it will, so I can add, what I can do is I can just probably add like maybe put a glass filter on it or whatnot. And we're going to make this big. And we're going to try to tuck it in there. And I don't want it as tall. So I actually I'm just going to position it so that looks like it's and where it should be. Actually, this actual object, this lens is pretty small, so make it a little bit tinier. behind here. There we go. All right, that looks pretty round. And we're gonna make it editable. And I'm gonna make it a little bit more flatter because that's a little bit too. So we have that, and we're gonna bring this in just a little bit. There we go. So when I render this, and check this out, looking pretty decent so far. So this will be a nice brown thing, and I'll probably make this into a lens, maybe like a add some reflections to it, give it a little bit of a transparency. So we'll give it like kind of like that reflection, maybe not as much, something like that, and then the color. And if there's actually a glass option, I might end up selecting that, but just so you can get kind of a view of what I'm gonna envision. Is I get something like this. So I'll take another picture of it. It kind of gives it a little view of the camera, even just with the reflectivity. And if I have a brown shader, which is what this is gonna be. Brown this way. There we go. Nice brown shader. So we'll make this into a brown. That. There we go. That's already working out pretty good with that lens. It kind of makes it look like it's a lens there. All right, cool. So now let's go ahead and turn this on. We're gonna see what else we need to model. Looks like it's pretty good for what I want to model, other than the screw itself. Which what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do screws last, because I can go ahead and make those screws in multiple spots and just kind of stick them in there. And some of the screws, I might actually go ahead and maybe I might put a little bit of a displacement on there or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to look. Alright. Okay, so we got the faceplate done. Bam! And we're going to throw this into with the camera. So what we have made so far, we have the camera body, and I'm going to go ahead and make this all visible. So we have where are my layers? There we go. And I think I have something weird. Are they? Because they're transparent, probably. All right. Okay. Cool. So what I have here and done so far is I have almost the camera body itself. I have this knob in the faceplate, and all right, there we go. The knob, the faceplate, the little handle on there, and I know the handle has some lines on it, but we can actually get away with doing that with the texture, with the bump map. This flap, throw that in there with the sub D. So knob, flap, HD. And then I think I was going to make the the knob itself, get a sub D also. So knob HD. Alrighty. So we'll just take a picture. We'll take a render of it so far where we're at. Relatively nice. Not too shabby. Not too shabby for where we're at. It's not going to look too spectacular right now, just because all it is just rendering. We don't really have very many models so far. What the next thing we're going to do is let's go ahead and work on the middle part on the camera body, and then we're going to work our way around. We'll do the top and then the bottom, and then from there we're going to make some screws, add some rivets, and we should be relatively in a good spot. Now I might do add some geometry, some little rivets, and do a little bit extra modeling when I'm starting to do some texturing. So I might wait that for when I do texturing tomorrow. All right. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and turn on the front view, and I'm gonna start. Since you got these in groups, turn that off. Turn the faceplace off. And then I gotta make this lens. And we'll throw this underneath here. Child of the actual lens. So if I look at it, it will get edited also. You know, a little roundness to it, but I mean, you really don't have to. Okay, so we'll go ahead and turn this stuff off. Faceplate off. Camera body is on. That's about it. That's all I want. And I'm going to go ahead and look at the front view. I'm going to go ahead and apply the transparent shader to it. Apparently I selected the actual red one, which is fine. And that's probably why you want to go ahead and make sure you label your shaders. But we're not going to use any of these shaders. I'm gonna start over. All right, so select this, and what I'm going to do is go with faces, and I'm going to get my knife tool, put a cut right here. Let me just make sure that I know where I'm at with that. So I'll try to get as much to 16%. 16%. 16%. No. Keep lock. Well, this should keep it locked at 16%, but we will see. Okay, that's close enough. Right around 16%. And if I go to the bottom, it's going to be 16% right here, I believe. Alright, that's good. Alright. So I got those cuts, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. Throw this on there. I have these nice cuts to it. Now this particular object does have, it has more of, it does have a inner cut to it.